Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your boy. Just sitting up here, laying down, getting ready to probably possibly go to sleep or whatever. Today has been a chill day. Shoot, I almost lost my mind when I had lost my damn phone, girl. But anyway, that shit as fuck. And I told y'all I would come back. Like I was just turned over. It's funny now, but I was just turning over the goddamn couches and everything. I'm like, I had just cleaned, just mopped, well, swept, mop, did my wash my clothes and stuff because I wash clothes on Saturday or sometimes Sunday because I was trying to get some extra hours at work and stuff like that. But they playing with my time because I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? What can a bitch do? Like, I call them devil's little helpers. When you trying to do right, you trying to be different. You know, it's like what a gay got to go through, what a bad bitch, what a queen has got to go through. I feel like I've definitely not just had to earn that title or whatever. It's nothing like that. Gay shit, gay lingo, queens, honey, queens. But I feel like I definitely, shit. When you trying to do better, you trying not to be. I don't want to say be a bitch no more, cause I'm always gonna be that. Um, a bitch is not because man be bitches too, but it's not on that. Meaning that bitch, no matter my situation, whether I'm poor, middle class, poor, working class, whatever, poor or middle class or whatever, I'm still gonna be that bitch, no matter my situation. I'm talking about, you trying, because last year was the start of BS, but I kind of feel like just testing my faith or testing what my belief, just testing my willpower, starting like last year. Not saying that the years before then wasn't like that. What I'm saying is these previous years, like 2 years, it's been more so a test of my belief, what I believe in. Um, and I say that to say this. Last year, car went down. Last year, I had surgery, had my appendix removed. Didn't know. Our bitch really just thought she was constipated. I did, honestly. And I ain't even want to start and come on her like this. But honestly, I just thought I was constipated. You know, I just thought, girl, I'm dishing too much. And I don't even have sex. The thing, okay, that shit gay as fuck. The biggest thing about being gay as a bottom for me is I really don't like the dish, but I know it's a necessity. I just thought I was constipated. I just thought maybe the dishing was, girl, because you'll text someone, and it's not just every single day, because you ain't supposed to do it every single day. It's like, I don't like the dish because dudes cancel a date. Or even if you're not planning on having sex, the fact that you may meet just to being, I like to be prepared just in case. Because you never know, we grown. And I just thought it was something like that. To find out, my stomach was feeling away and I knew something was wrong. Because y'all may say cats don't know shit. Y'all might hate cats, but no. My sister's cat, his name is Blue. He's so cute. He fat, whatever. But anyway, he started. He is a social. Like he aloof, like many cats. I knew something was wrong when his ass came up by me, just cuddling, just laying near my stomach, and I'm like, what the hell going on? Hey, what's up? They said fatty response. Girl. You calling me? What's your? Okay, thank you. You troll, whatever. But no, girl. He started laying in my stomach, and I'm like, maybe he just feel. But I'm like, no, no. He caring a little bit too much about my feelings. So I started to feel away, and the pain it started to go near my, get a little sharper pain toward the end of the night. So, some just told me to go to the doctor, and when I went, they told me I have to have same day surgery. So I was like, what? Well, I really wasn't like that. I was like in my mind, like what the hell? What is y'all talking about? Surgery. So I did, and you know, um, I won't say I was scared. I was just kind of like, well, it's just something I have to do because he told me if I had waited like a day or two, it would have ruptured and stuff like that. So I was like, well, it's something that must be done. And mind you, I've never had surgery before, so I didn't know what to expect. I did not know what to expect. So from then on, when I had the surgery and stuff like that, I stayed in the hospital for like a week, and I was just concerned about my bills and concerned about my sister. I concerned about everybody else but myself. But I had to see the situation with that, not having anyone to sit next to me, hold my hand, tell me everything's gonna be okay. So that really triggered me and had me in my thoughts. It was more so a wake up call, like how serious it is, like to think about my life, think about what I really, really want, because I didn't just it wasn't just then where I thought about being single or like I thought about my life purpose and stuff like that. No, it was just it was another big thing, just a reminder for me to be focused on the things that I was focused on when I came to this city or this town or whatever. How I was dating, the way I was dating was right for me, and not that I allowed anyone to change me or nothing. It's just, what do you do? Like, staying true to yourself, yes, but then you seek hookup culture. Never cared for hookup culture. I always wanted something real with someone, whether that was platonic or romantically. Wanted something deeper, a deeper connection. But then when you surrounded by people that don't in your city, and then people like, yo, where you can move. But for me, for my life experience, I don't know. I don't know if I bump into people. It gets a lot. I get a different reaction. So anyway, besides that, it's just more so a reminder for me to be like, okay, the people, not that I told anyone what I was going through at that for a while. Um, it was just last year and this year was more so just a testing of my will. That's what I'm saying. While I was in my auntie weight when my car broke down, and I started to slim up. Not that it was a bad thing. It was good. And that was before the surgery. After the surgery, I ate less, and they told me it would take a while for me to regain my appetite. So that happened. Then got evicted, all that good stuff. Not good stuff. It's just a lot of things happen. And during this time, getting Trump in the office or whatever, not I voted for Kamala. Just a lot of things other than that, political, of course. Like, okay, so bitch gonna have to deal with this too because I'm also a queer, so gonna have to deal with this. Then also, it family situations, just a lot. A test. It was just a test of my will. Then to come to this year, making sure that I'm healthy, making sure that I'm trying to eat better, trying to quit smoking, trying to get my financial situations together, trying to get my shit together, as you should. In your 20s, me, I spent time making sure everybody else around me is okay. And I ain't even want to talk about this. This supposed to be talking about gay shit, but whatever. I'm gay, so that's enough. Taking care of everyone else. And I don't know, the two people that's in the building, listen to me. Don't, if you are young or still young or whatever, 30s, you still, 40s, you still young. Don't spend no more of your life making sure everybody else is okay. Do not. Please do not. Don't forget about you. Don't forget about yourself. Yourself is important. Whoever this goes to, whenever, because I'm going to keep this on, I'm going to save this, regardless if anybody want to hear me or not. Do not forget about you. You are important. Don't forget about you. Because at the end of the day, it's you. It's you. What I mean by that, at the end of the day, who's gonna make sure you're okay? Because when you die, it's gonna be just you. You and yourself. When you close your eyes, that's the end of your world. Your world. It's just a fact. When you die, it's you. Only you. I don't care if you came into this world with a twin, bitch. When you die, you die. So at the end of the day, you gotta make yourself a priority. It's that damn serious. Life is too short to be playing these games with anyone. I'm not finna waste no time. If I know that I ain't finna spend my time arguing, fussing, that surgery, it definitely spoke to me having that surgery. Like, bitch, I'm here by myself. It was another reminder that, bitch, when I die, it's just gonna be me. This may seem dark, but it's a harsh reality. And I don't have time to be sitting here fussing with someone. Not saying I'm not gonna have disagreement if I get into a relationship or with friendship. The thing is, for me, I'm not finna let you play with me. I'm not finna let nobody play with me. I don't give a damn. Family, I don't give a damn. My mother, my dad, my aunts, whatever. I'm not finna allow nobody to play with me. I don't know when I'm taking my last breath. None of us do. But that was definitely a reminder when I had that surgery last year. I'm not gonna let nobody play with me. You come over here, if you ain't adding to my peace, you ain't adding to something in my life that's going good for me, that I feel going for me when I know I deserve that because I'm the only one have walked in my shoes and people be like, they can walk in your shoes. No, bitch, what I've been through probably would have killed you. But the thing for me is, I'm still here. And a lot of us gay, queer, don't make it to my age. So ain't nobody gonna play with me. That's not gonna happen. I don't know what that means. Hopefully it means something good, honey. But I'm not gonna allow nobody to play with me. People can be like, you wrong, you this, that, you wrong. Fuck you. I mean that. I don't expect nobody to make it easier for me. Whatever. I feel like I've been through enough in my life. Hardships. Not saying it's gonna be easy, it's not. But I'm not gonna allow people out. It's up to you who you allow to come in your life. I'm not gonna allow nobody to come up here with a certain arrogance, especially if I'm paying bill. A lot of people feel like just because they could probably pay your bills, they control. Well, they can control you, but nah. You gotta have your dignity. You gotta have your self esteem. You gotta love yourself first, because people gonna take advantage. People don't like everything. Good is bad. Everything is bad is good. People that are miserable. It's working. They are turning good people, making these the simple as misery loves company. They don't want nobody else to be good. Like it's people out here. Their spirits is tainted. I don't argue with people. Them. I really don't really argue with people. But when I'm talking to people, I ain't talking to their physical. I'm talking to their spiritual. Cause y'all might not believe anything else, but this definitely is a spiritual warfare. I might not be a church going person no more, and I'm not, but I am a spiritual person. And this is definitely a spiritual warfare. Testing of the wills. Hell, y'all talking about heaven and hell, that shit is here. I feel it's here. It's here. It's here. We battling spirit. It's here. That shit is here. Regardless, I don't believe y'all can believe what y'all want to believe, and that's fine. I don't not people for what they believe. Y'all so busy condemning, bitch, hell and heaven, what, whatever people, different religions call it. Fine, it's here because at the end of the day, your body, soul, spirit, flesh, soul, spirit is in you. So And people, especially black people, we torment ourselves the most. We be our own worst enemy. So you think I'm finna be here and let you take what a little bit of heaven I have and tarnish it? Hell nah, bitch. That's why I be like, I don't need no one. As far as I need you hand foot, need you to just be there, or I'm nothing without you type shit. Cause it's okay to need people. We're all connected, regardless if people want to feel that way or not, or just being hateful just to be hateful. You know, that's not doing nothing for nobody. If that makes them feel good by being hateful, coming on, just saying stuff, cause that's what it is. Thank you. I appreciate your comments. Appreciate your time and your effort. I keep saying it. I keep saying thank you. Thank y'all trolls too. Thank you. You gave me a view. You know, you gave me a view. Some people are definitely mental cases. Not saying mental health is important, but you have to go get help. You got to seek help for that. But the spiritual warfare is here, and people we're in it. And I'm not trying to make this church is a spiritual warfare. I feel like heaven and hell is here. Purgatory is here too. Purgatory, you just stuck in purgatory. I feel like is a mental institutions. Like really. So yeah, for me, that gay shit. Um, I've been single for 6 years, and it's gonna make sense, y'all. I've been single for 6 years. Um, and I will continue to be single for 6 more, or for the rest of my life, because I know what I see. I wrote this shit down, and it's important to speak it, write it down, and sit. I it was very specific when I wrote this stuff, said it to the universe, or what have you, about the man of my dreams, wanted to be the man of his, or about my future with him, or my future with my career, what I want to do, and stuff like that was very specific. Now, getting there, it may be a completely different story. But I know I have to be willing to grow. Have to be willing to make a change. Have to be willing to do all this stuff so I won't be carrying such toxic baggage when I meet him, or when I enter into the next phase of my life, doing what I love, all that good stuff. Have to be. I want to prepare myself, make sure I'm good. Never gonna be perfect. Ain't striving to be perfect, but just to be a better version of me. So I've been single for 6 years, and the thing is, it's been the freest I've ever been. I'm not gonna lie. It's been the freest I've ever been. Like, for y'all to be thinking, to be believe, like they can't be alone. That's unfortunate, because the can't being alone will definitely fall for anything. Mostly, if you meet someone good and you can't be alone, and you met someone good, and that's good for you. That's good for you. Congrats. That's a beautiful thing. But for some that meet people, a lot of times they'll bump into somebody that is controlling, abusive, in every form of abusive. This person, they fear for their life. They can't walk away. They lost their self-esteem. They just catering to this person, male, female, and or whatever, and that's unfortunate, and that's sad. Hopefully y'all find y'all the strength to leave, the strength to know to put you first, because you always like, I got you. You gonna die. You gonna die. You came into this world alone. You gonna die alone. That's how serious it is. You don't need that person to make it. You gotta find the strength in yourself. Like, bitch, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with me. Put yourself first. That's how important it is. And that should make sense. Bitch, I ain't need you to come here. I'm not gonna need you when I leave. I'm not gonna need you when I leave, bitch. I'm not. So I ain't have a vision board, but I wrote it in my notes in this phone. I'm recording. Girl, this live from, bitch, and I'm gonna make sure I get it. Make sure I get that. Now, some people will be like, you might be in with the idea of love. because I ain't never been in a long-term relationship. But I know what I saw. It's simple as, in a sense, for me, the opposite of what I grew up with. The opposite of what I grew up with. If this person reminded me of a certain thing, now this person is for them, but you know, I'm saying it wrong. I'm not trying just because the person reminds me of someone, I'm not letting them go or not being with them because of. No, I'm not letting them go because of that. It's just other things. If you're not like willing to try, or you are making an excuse, a lot of them did are trying to be around the bush. If you don't want to be with me, if you don't want to grow, that type of deal. Or they may think a certain way about me because earlier in the years of forming myself, I wasn't as vulnerable. I take accountability for my. I wasn't as vulnerable, but I ain't going to either relationship feeling like, oh, it's gonna end. I ain't going to no relationship feeling like it's gonna end, bitch. We ain't never gonna be together. All this type of stuff. No, I go into a relationship being myself. If I'm not an open book, but I definitely have opened up a little bit more throughout my years. I'm 30. Shit. While I was trying to date, I dated like how I guess normal people would date. Bitch, I would talk to them for a while. I mean, I would talk like months before I even got to, meet them. Like, I used to be on that type of time. You know, I'm going to go as far as this. And he might not ever see my live. Michelle, I was 19. I keep saying 19, but I was actually like 18. We met, girl. My actual first love, honey. I ain't never told him that I love him and stuff like that. But cause when I say something, I mean it. You know, I mean it. Especially on something like that. My first love. Even y'all might not. Anybody come in this live may not stay, but bitch, I'm still gonna share this. Share this. So that's why I'm saying y'all. So anyway, girl, I was 18. I think well, about to be, of course, about to be 19, but he was 18 too. So, I was a little older than him, girl. And we had talked about not like, not 9 months, shit, what I'm saying. We talked for like 3 months. We was getting to know each other on a deeper level, and then we was on Jack, girl, jacked, girl. When jacked was not, but it was before it became a hookup app. It was serious, like tag jacked. I don't think I knew about Grinder around that time. I don't think Grinder was big, cause jacked and tag was the biggest apps, dating apps. And I don't know if anybody come up here. Hopefully they come up here and remember, because jacked and tagged was the apps back then. Um, Girl, it wasn't by all these bots and ads and stuff that it is now. All these trolls and shit. It was legit. So, girl, we met on Jet, and we started talking, um, getting to know each other. I ain't seen no news back then. I ain't seen that nail nude back then. Like when I was 17, 18, bitch, you ain't gonna get no nude out of me. Who? Girl, by that time, bitch. I ain't trust shit. So Jack, it was more so like you was dating, actually trying to date and that type of stuff. For me, it was. So yeah, we talked for like 3 months, and we started talking about me because neither one of us had a car. We was just getting started. I worked at McDonald's, honey, and I had my first place. It was furnished, but it wasn't all what it was. It was like $750 a month, or $725 a month, one of those. But it was furnished, but it wasn't like furnished like how you would think it would be furnished, girl. It was giving like it was giving ghetto, but it is what it was. It was my place. It was my first place. So the fuck, I ain't give a damn. I could walk around naked, have my TV on full blast. It was doing me. So we was over there talking and stuff, girl, honey, and yeah, got to really know each other. And his mother, well, she was so sweet. She was a sweet woman, honey. I met her when we met. I got to tell y'all how we met, girl. Um, when we met. We ended up meeting at the Walmart in my little town, my hometown, and we agreed to meet there. And it was so cute. It was so cute how we end up coming up to each other. We met. I think I had told him the hill because Walmart in my hometown um, has this little hill. So I was walking at that time. He had to ride, ride with his mom because neither one of us had a car. So he ended up he ended up running up the hill, and I ended up coming down the hill, and I'm like, this is on some Color Purple shit. Y'all know how that Color Purple how City ran to her sister to Suge, yeah. It was like that, and I'm like, this so corny. This is on some Hallmark corny cheesy ass shit. And I was a hood bitch around that time. I wasn't sure it was some punk ass shit to show emotions and be vulnerable, but I couldn't help myself. Like he ran up to me, he was my height, like, and I always had a thing for them nerdy types. I did. But he was dark skinned, tall, nice body, beautiful smile, wore his glasses and stuff. He was very beautiful, and he ran up to me, and I did something that I never thought I would do. I embraced him. I let him. We hugged, girl. We hugged and stuff. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. All this type of stuff. It was on some Hallmark type stuff. Like I never experienced that. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Like we met, and I could say his name because he was openly gay too. So, he was my first love, and he'll probably never see this, but it's fine. And I'm gonna tell the truth now, and stuff like that. But girl, we really got to know each other. Like I said, we embraced, and we did something I never ever did with anyone. We walked to his mother's car hand in hand. I ain't never walked hand in hand. That was unusual to me, you know, but it didn't feel weird with him. I felt comfortable with him. You know what I mean? Like I never felt comfortable with the guy, um, like holding hands in public. That was my first time, and I was, like I said, 18 going on 19, and I think he felt comfortable with me to walk hand in hand, and we did. We walked all the way back to Walmart and got in the car, and I met his mom. She was so sweet. He looked just like his mom, and his sister. Um, like, and I met her and stuff like that. I met both of them, and they were so sweet. His mother was so sweet and stuff like that. Like, and we ended up walking into Walmart hand in hand, and I ended up bumping into a classmate, kind of a rival classmate or whatever. But I ain't give a damn. They had hit there. He had saw us and we didn't drop each other hands. I was like, this my boyfriend and stuff like that. I was just saying shit that just it came from my heart because I wouldn't think it just came out naturally. Like this is my boyfriend and stuff like that, and we was good together. Like he was my height. We was looking like a Reese, like a Reese cup, my favorite candy. And I ain't never did that before. Especially I ain't never held hand with no man, with no dude. So you've been so used to down low culture, but that happened. We meshed. It just like we instinctively like that was probably my soulmate, cause I can't remember. It was beautiful. So anyway, after that, we ended up going back to the car, and his mother ended up dropping us off at my place, and we, when we got to the room, we just kissed each other, hugged each other and stuff, and we did do the do. It was beautiful. Like it was everything. Like it was everything, and we couldn't tear each other apart, away from each other. I didn't need no car. I didn't give a damn about that. We ain't need no car. We ain't need, it was just it seemed like a dream to me. That I think that's to a level where I was trying to chase, but I wanted people for them. It's just I ain't really connect with nobody since like that, and I always wondered, you know. But I gotta tell y'all. So, after a while, um, it was beautiful for a while, and he's the only one I had felt comfortable with having sex raw. And it wasn't sex, but I was never comfortable with saying I love you or anything like that, cause I guess at that time I didn't know needed to grow. I'm just completely honest with it. I'm being honest, but let me go on just say the shit. I wasn't comfortable with saying I love you to a guy or to anyone because of what I felt love was doing to me. Like I was getting a lot of hate from family members, people that I thought were my friends, um, being a victim of abuse, whether I was bullying at school. Like every time I turn around, somebody had something to say. Every time I turn around, somebody trying to fight me. Every time I turn around, it was on some hate shit. So if I had to look at the balance of the love and hate shit, that it would be a sprinkle of fucking love. Couldn't get no peace nowhere. And that person, him, my first love, the person I met, was the only person at the time that was giving me something beautiful, something that I could keep for myself, something that I could like giving me love. I didn't expect that to happen. I really didn't. I was happy. I was serene in that moment when my first love. I was 18, 19. He was 18. Stuff like that. It was beautiful, and I just never said it that I loved him. But I could tell he knew I did. Like I said, I felt like he was my soulmate. I haven't met nobody else that gave me that sense. And I'm 30. That made me feel that way, and I'm 30, girl. So, it was beautiful. The thing that made us end, it was it was me because he told me he was gonna be going to school. He was gonna be going to college and stuff. And it wasn't him going to college. Of course, get your degree, boo. It was just him going. He said he was going out of state, get his degree, and he was going out of state. And for me, I did not believe in long term relationship. Like he lived like I want to say 2 hours from me, but that wasn't out of state. It wasn't something that like I felt like we was never gonna meet. Like if you moved out of state, I feel like, oh bitch, we ain't never gonna meet because I ain't have no thoughts of traveling. Like he's talking about, I was the reason the relationship ended. I take accountability for that because I ain't believe in no long term relationship. Bitch, I ain't have no car and neither did he. But I didn't know really too much about. Bitch, I ain't never been on no Greyhound or been on no train, no plane, nothing like that. I'm a country girl, so I ain't really know nothing about that. I'm like, okay, you moving out of state? Well, but damn, shit, you another nigga trying to leave. It was melodramatic, but bitch, I wasn't thinking like that. How my life was at that time. I wasn't thinking about that. I'm like, oh shit, the end of the no relationship. Well, now I'm woke because it felt like a dream, a beautiful ass dream with him. But I knew it was real. It's just when he told me that he's going to school and he moving out of state, I was like, oh shit. So that means the end of the relationship. Girl, I shut down. I became numb, girl. Like I ain't cried nothing, but my face was in a pillow and he was trying to talk to me and stuff like that. And I wouldn't talk to him. I wasn't mad. I was just hurt. I was like, okay, so let me retract my emotions. Let me, because I knew how to compartmentalize, know how to separate my feelings. Because dealing with down low dudes so long, you learn to do that. But it was harder to do that with him because I actually gave a fuck, cared. I loved him. You know, loved him and stuff like that. And this was like, damn, why this got to end? So I guess he felt like I didn't care or something like that, and we ended up breaking up, and I ended up finding out that I hurt him because for my lack of, I didn't know how to express my feelings. I did not know how to express my feelings at all. I thought crying or, talking about emotions. I thought talking about, because that's why I talk about my feelings today. I talk about how I feel because I didn't want to hurt anyone else that way. Like, he didn't know, like, I call him every now and then, stuff like that, and tell him, I apologize so many times. And I don't know if he ever believed me, but I was like, come on now. I ain't like hurt you like that. Bitch, I was hurt too. I did end up cussing him out one time. Because I'm like, dude, you act like you was on, like, I ain't intentionally hurt you. I had shut down. I told you, I wasn't, I took accountability for that. But after a while now, you acting like I cheated. You acting like I really on some live shit really hurt you, girl. And I did not. I did not. Like intentionally trying to hurt you, come for your heart. No, bitch, I did not. So, yeah, I feel like I know I was deserving of some love like that because I had got it once. I had got it once. I know I was deserving of that type of love because I had it once. So that's why I expressed my feelings today because had maybe had I not had I not shut down, then maybe we would be probably married today. Who knows? But at the same time, he is she now. So, well, I think I haven't spoke to her in a while, so I'm not sure. But I was happy with her process and stuff like that. So I don't know, but that taught me it's okay to express your feelings. But like I said, I don't never go into no relationship believing that it's gonna end, believing that I ain't gonna have time to, you know. But at that time, I gotta be real. At that time, I believed that the relationship was over. I did, cause I ain't believe in a long term relationship. Now after that, I started to try to have long term relationships, but for me to travel and stuff like that, I wasn't used to that. I was still on some kind of needed permission. It felt like on some certain level, some wavelength, I believed I needed permission to leave the state for some reason. Even though I was living on my own, I just felt like that because this bitch is the first time me living on my own. I'm still in my college age, going to college for the first time and all this type of stuff. So, leaving the state, who? And then not knowing what to expect out in this big bad world, who? So, it was that. So experiencing my first love, I haven't experienced nothing like that since. Like, cause it was real. Man, it was real. It was real. We talked about real things. We meshed. Like, it's like but when we met and when we chill, like when we came together, we barely talked, and it wasn't because we was having a lot of we were making a lot of love. Now I don't want to say sex. We was making a lot of love, making a lot of love. It was beautiful, but we barely had to say anything. You know what I mean? I bet we barely had to speak. It's like it was like that. Like we knew, like we was like one sign, one body, one mind. It was kind of like that, and I have not experienced nothing since. So I don't know. I trusted him. He's the only person I trusted with my body. I mean, I don't know. Wish it was more people on here. Because I'm going to talk about this again. I'm going to talk about this again. I don't give a fuck. Like, bitch, y'all could come in and come out all y'all want to. But I'm still going to talk about what the fuck I'm going to talk about. I wish it was more people in the building, especially more gay people, coming in so, we could have this discussion. But yes, I experienced that. I feel like it was a true soulmate. Like people running around saying, oh, that's my soulmate, that's my soulmate. But for me, we had a connection that I have never had another connection. I had one close to, but I don't feel like dude was on like really about what he was saying he was about. Like people be doing so much. So he was openly gay, and so was I, and I feel like that was probably a big part of it. Being openly gay, being not having to be in a closet for, and stuff like that. I came real, he came real with pure intentions. We did not have sex on the first date or nothing like that. We didn't. Or I wouldn't mind it if we did, but it was everything, it was everything. Maybe if he got over the fact that I became numb after he said he was going to leave for college and stuff like that because I ain't believe in, long distance relationship. Maybe we could have been at some other different part, but he was my soulmate. You know, not saying that soulmates are forever, but he was definitely my soulmate. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I ain't experienced nothing like that since. So I don't know, child. I've been, wanting that. Just knowing I deserve that, because a bitch is 30, don't know how long she got. But I would be single until I meet someone that I mesh with like that. Like we could talk about philosophy, just talk about life, hell, talk about the damn clouds, and won't be bored with each other. Like speak to my mind, stimulate my spirit, make me feel, and I make him feel like I can sense, for it to just sense where he at. Like just being around each other. Like I had a TV, but we barely watched TV. We was outside. Like we was outside going for walks. Like I said, we did not have a car. I didn't give a fuck about no car. I didn't give a damn about no car at that time. I wouldn't even had a car if I decided to move, honestly. Like I said, I was cool with working at McDonald's, working a 9 to 5. Like, of course, I had dreams and, of course, I had aspirations and stuff like that. But I just wanted to feel love for that time. I just wanted to feel love like I want now. To feel someone give a damn. Because if you walked a mile in my shoes, bitch, not saying, I'm kind of saying it. Because you may not make it. Like, it be too much stepping outside and people feeling like they gotta separate themselves, feeling like they gotta push back from me. It's been a lot of that hiding from me. You know what I mean? Like, went to the store today. Went to the store, minding my business. Getting my little sweets and stuff because I'm trying to quit smoking and stuff. And dudes walking in, like saying stuff under their breath around me, or backing up, or that type of deal, because of their insecurity. Like, shit been going on my whole life. Been going on my whole life. You get tired. You get tired. At this point, I'm exhausted. Will I have to have someone that's team Shaheen, that's team me? Because, at the end of the day, love is what a bit wrong. I'm used to people pulling away from me, just going a different way, acting like it's something like it's a problem being near me. So it'd be like that was the only time that I didn't feel that way in life was when I met my first love. We meshed. It was beautiful. He ain't run from me. Hell, it's kind of like I ran from him. And I heard him so bad, and I tried to apologize for him, but I couldn't make him believe me, you know. So that was the only time I met someone and felt. But I'm gonna share this and come back on live. I know this is a long live, girl. I know it's a long one. Yes, honey.